It says somebody's watching. Hello. I don't know if it is, but good evening. Oh gosh, I look so much like my dad, which I refer to him as Dada, by the way, but I just realized just how much I look like him. Hello, Auntie. How are you? I know, right? I'm good. I don't know what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight yet. Hello, Doris. Pay me no attention. My basement is becoming a Barbie world. Always glad to hear. How are you, Doris? Hope all is well. Well, I worked last night and came home and literally took a nap. You know, I normally will sleep all day, but I wouldn't get anything done. Yes, I am. So, you know, I wrote, well, book 4 I wrote a long time ago. I just never released it. And now I'm actually writing 5, and I started 6. So I just, of course, you know, I've never had time to focus on the books the way that I would like to. Thank you, Doris. I am doing well. Thank you very much. But I'm still writing. I never, well, I don't say I never really stopped. I just haven't had time, you know, to focus on it. Well, that's why I want to get this project done, because I think I told y'all this will be the last project that I'll be doing for a while, because I do want to get back to writing and designing gowns and stuff. So I want to be able to get back to those kinds of things. Not that I don't enjoy this. I really love this, but apparently my brain is just so creative I can't even keep track of it. I'm just trying to give people some time to come in. If y'all wondering what I'm doing, I'm making the oven. So I'm gonna sit here for just a second. Just give a few minutes. Oh, thank you, Gina. I love you too. When I got my concussion, I needed something to focus on. Like you just start getting focused in on certain things, and I was watching YouTube a lot. and people were on there. People were on there. You know, they were. Well, actually, I started collecting Barbies, and then I ended up going and building the house. And I said I was gonna just build the one house, and you know, and then I was, you know, if I just kept getting ideas kept coming to my head. So now here I am. It's like Godzilla in my basement because I got all these daggone Barbie-sized houses and stuff in here, and I'm coming down here. I ain't gonna have no room. I'm not gonna have no room to even walk around my own basement. All right, if I step away, it's because I'm going to grab something. You're gonna see. Well, I won't say that I wouldn't sell them. But for right now, you know, I got them from my dolls, which I changed their clothes. I'll show you. Of course, I'll show you all that later. I need to go grab some construction. It's not construction paper, but it's, well, it is kind of like construction paper. Got to keep track of everything that I've been doing. I had a nice piece of paper, and oh, I'm gonna put it over here. Gotta get it back. Here it goes. You know, I had a nice piece of paper somewhere. Yeah, I don't really want you to see. Well, if you look in the basement now, like I said, all you're gonna see is just a bunch of doll stuff and cardboard, and I guess I can go on ahead and start naming it a town, huh? All right, I'm gonna give it to like maybe, I guess, 7:45. 7:46. We'll just even it out. 7:46, and then I'm gonna go on ahead and start the show. But you're actually, so this is some of the stuff that y'all don't, you don't see me doing. Actually putting the stuff together and using the hot glue gun and all that. It's amazing how fast I'll be going through these glue sticks too. So I think I told you I have my trash can, and then I have my recycle bin for plastic, and then my recycle bin for cardboard, and a recycle bin for mixed paper. Oh, well, hello there, sis. Trying not to make too much of a mess. All right, one more minute and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. But I hope that y'all are all having a good day. You know, you're going to hear me talking in night shift form because that, you know, I'm a night shifter, as you know. I function better when everybody else is asleep, apparently. All right, it's 7:46. All right. Hi. I'm glad to see you on here. All right, so, well, as you guys know, or don't know, you may or may not know, I started doing this crafting to comfort myself. It comforted me, but it also has become a hobby. So, I think last week I started showing off the main house. Well, actually, I showed off all the main house. This go round, I'll show the backyard, which once again, I wasn't planning on doing a backyard. Every time I said I was gonna stop, I ended up keeping on going. And here I am now, like 3 buildings later. Okay. All right. So I will show the backyard of the first house I built, and then I guess it's always good for me to go and flash a little bit of you know, what I've been working on and everything too. So, all right, and the story that I was going to tell tonight. You know, one of my best friends, Crystal, she passed away on March 2nd, and I said that I would come on here to try to, well, not only keep her memory alive, but it helps me through the grieving process to talk about some of the moments that we shared together. So, like I said, of course, her name's Crystal. Crystal, like the actual crystal. Nothing against any crystals with a K or anything. I'm just saying, that's how she spelled hers. But, I would also, you know, we would talk, and I would just tease her. I would tease her about how her name was everywhere. I'm like, Crystal, your name is everywhere. And so for those of you that know or may not know, I also collect Swarovski crystal, which of course ends up having crystal in it too. So I'm like, Crystal, your name is everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over the place, anywhere you go. I'm like, you don't see my name anywhere. Quentin, where's Quentin at? I got named after somebody off of a soap opera, and that's it. And I can't even go and get, you know, I can't get lanyards and all that stuff with my name on there. I have to get stuff, you know, specially made if I want, you know, if I want it personalized. But, you know, crystal is very common and it's everywhere. And I was like, gosh, I just can't get away from you. You're everywhere. You're even in my Swarovski that I collect. You're in that too. So, and of course, knowing me, you know, we would always laugh because She knows that I would love to see my name everywhere. But of course, I don't. Hi, Nora. How are you? All right. Is there enough lighting? I need one of you guys to tell me, is the lighting good? I do have the ring light on. I want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to see when I start, when I show you guys the miniature versions of the world. I lost all of the natural light. All the natural light's getting ready to go because it's getting ready to get dark. All right, let me move this glue gun out the way before I end up hot gluing myself. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, and I also have the ring light too. All right. So this is the backyard. All right. Okay, so starting off, of course I had to do a pool and a jacuzzi. So you might see like little glue pieces or whatever, but that's there. But this is, once again, it's cardboard. Hey, Auntie Gloria. This is it's cardboard and that marble contact paper that I told you guys about. And it's just covered in that. And then I took just like a bunch of like bubble wrap and things like that and put that in there to give the jacuzzi and the pool some height. And then I found off of Temu, or however you guys call it, Temu. I found like the sticker water pattern. So all I had to do is just stick that on in there, and that was that. And then I did just like some of these. I got these from Temu too. They're individual little squares, and I just took them and put them around. And then I just took some of that rose gold that I had, the rose gold contact paper I had, and put that around there just to give it a little bit of, some flair. And then there's the steps, so they can get on in there. Of course, I don't know how to swim, but assuming that the Barbies, they know how to swim. Oh yeah, before I could, yeah, lots of businesses, Auntie Gloria, lots. Oh, well, let me go on ahead. Y'all got to say hi to, you got to say hi to Amy and Michelle and Eric and Donovan. I changed their clothes. They have different clothes on, so I'm pretty sure they're happy now. They got new clothes on. So say hello. Now, of course, y'all know that's Nichelle. They switched places. Nichelle not driving now. Nichelle in the passenger seat. Amy over here, she driving this go round. And, Donovan and Eric are always riding on those four-wheelers, whatever they are. I've never been on one, so. All right, okay, back to the backyard. All right, I just had to make sure y'all said hi to them and saw their new clothes. They got some new clothes. All right, so then I did, I figure out, okay, well, let me go on ahead and do an outdoor kitchen. Why not? So I made an outdoor kitchen. Once again, all cardboard or foam board, which, like I said, obviously cardboard, you get it from, wherever. And foam board you can get from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Michael's, anywhere like that. And then this foil is actually just like I said, it's that contact paper. Same thing. I got this contact paper from Michael's, but you can get it out of Dollar Tree and wherever else. So you see, I got the grill. Although it's functional as far as being able to put, so I made this out of I made the grill out of a out of a paper towel. Well, you can do a toilet paper roll too, but it's a paper towel, a toilet paper roll. And I just took it and just, made it, in the form of a grill, and, cut the pieces to make it like they are. And then, I bought some of the, all the meat on there that's grilling that came from Temu. That's like a spatula or whatever, tongs, that came from Temu as well. The little drinks and like somebody's plate and a cooked piece of meat and the silverware and the salt and pepper, all of that came from Temu. Of course, I had to put, so like it's like a propane, technically like a propane. It's like propane. So I, just did what would represent propane under there. And then this is a refrigerator, which once again, some people get really into it and it's functional that you can open it and do all that stuff. But I just want the look of it. So this is about as functional as it's gonna get. And then the outdoor sink. Once again, just same thing, made out of cardboard and cardboard or foam board, and the this is actually just it's a straw, and I just colored it. And then I had some beads, so so that will be that's the hot and that's the cold. Wait, let me see if y'all can even see. Okay, so okay, there we go. All right, so the straw, I just cut that off and colored it black, and then some beads that I had, hot, cold, put some cabinets on there, and then the little outdoor the outdoor hot top or stove top or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then I went to the thrift. I told you guys I go to the thrift store a lot. So went to the thrift store and I found this nice little, wait, trying to make sure that you guys can see. Okay. All right. Went to the thrift store and I found this little bird feeder with the birds on there already. So I went on ahead and bought that. Thought that would be cute to go on there. And I made this table. Make sure you guys are seeing this right. Okay. Yep. I made the table. And that, of course, is like, some alcohol. And then there's some lemonade and glasses of lemonade. All of that. These pieces, they came from Temu. This chair I got from the thrift store. And the pillow, that came from Temu. But the actual pillow that's on here, or cushion, I made that out of fabric and I usually use like cotton balls, things like that, just to add some fluff to it. And then I decided to make like a little ottoman so they could have a foot. So I made the ottoman. I certainly hope that you guys are seeing this right. I made the ottoman, and then made the cushion to go in there too. And then, of course, decided to do a little garden, which, of course, you guys know that I'm allergic to all of that stuff. But you can't have a nice backyard without having a little garden. So the moss like this stuff I got from Temu, and the flowers I actually got from Amazon. So I went on ahead and made that out. And then for, I guess, anybody whichever one wants to be over here by themselves, I made a, I'll tell you, this phone, something else. I made a sun chair, it's like a sun chair, not sun chair, like a recliner, it's a recliner. So I made the recliner and used it and did the same thing, just used the fabric and some cotton balls and things to, to add some fluff in there. And then I made this table. And of course the flowers, they came from Amazon. And then, that little drink over there that came from Temu, whatever you call it. And then of course, like I said, that pillow came from Temu as well. All right, and then I decided to go on ahead and make a sunroom. Just when I thought I was done, then I go on ahead and I make a sunroom. Hi, Auntie Mary, thank you. So I go on and I made a sunroom, and it actually does open and close. Once again, it is all plexiglass, like, the fake glass, but it is there, it's in there. And I just, it's all the way around, like any sunroom. And just colored it in the contact paper that I had, because I remember I don't like anything to go to waste. And then I made the inside, just like a, it's like that. It's a nice little area. I had, 2 different kinds of fabric that you guys see in the, you see that fabric already in the house, but I bought it out to here. Once again, these particular pillows came from Temu, but I made the cushions, and I made this table, and I made this little table over here. And once again, Amazon, I got those flowers from, they give you a bunch of them. So I made that, and I painted it this like pink color, which, as you know, pink is not my favorite color, but it just fits for this. So I hope that I was doing this right, because of course I can't see myself while I'm filming this, but I hope that I gave you guys good angles. But yeah, so like I said, it opens and closes. You so silly. Silly auntie. But yeah, so there is the backyard of that once again. Just when I thought I was done, and here I go. Went on. All right. So, and remember, after that, I went on ahead and I made the condo. I made a condo for the boys, which of course you guys will see. That'll be the next go round. You'll see the condo. I can do all that in one video, because I did, I'm gonna, of course, give you the glance. You can see the glance. Get a glance. And there goes another dog that I put in there. But I'll explain all that next week. And then, of course, the big project that I'm working on, which is going to be even bigger than the first house. I will be, I've already started it, and now you guys can see how far I've gotten from when we were talking about it. I think the first time y'all saw it, I think it was just the walls and stuff. So, but now you can actually see where there's a kitchen now. So, obviously, you know, the refrigerator, I'm still working on this, of course. So, you know, these are the cabinets. So those, you know, I'll have to get those covered in the, you know, I'll have to get those covered in the same, wood stuff so that can look like that. But I'm still finishing up the kitchen. That's going to be the microwave. And you can actually, for right now, you can, see inside of it. Well, you can see, you're going to be able to see inside of it after that too. Like, it's going to be like this. I just got to, you know, get it all fixed up and set up and everything. So none of this is glued in yet because I haven't done it. This is the stove. I did like I'm going for like a gas stove. And then the two ovens, I thought about that kind of last minute, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and do that. And of course, that got the plexiglass on there too. And what I was working on earlier when I first started is, I'm going to make this, you know, like a 6-burner stove, and then the, hood, which is, once again, just the contact paper, it's either toilet paper or paper towel roll, and I just wrapped it all with the silver contact paper. That's all. You see, that's going to be the dishwasher. Or that is the dishwasher, I guess I should say. And then I'm gonna make 3 stools. So there's going to be well, obviously, this is going to be, once I get all of that finished over there, then, and I don't have to reach over there anymore, then I can go on ahead and glue down the island. And so the island will be, you know, like somewhere around here, and then there's going to be three stools. So that's one. I just started on one. I'm not finished yet, but I started on one, but there's going to be 3, as you can see. Yeah, so it's gonna be 3. So they have some room. And this is going to be leading out to a patio. I'm not necessarily gonna say it's gonna be sliding doors, but that's gonna be that's the idea, like some sliding doors. And this I'm very happy with. One of my good friends actually got a sectional, and I love a sectional. I don't know, sectionals are so comfortable. And so the fabric I got from the thrift store, and and of course it's just fabric and cardboard, and the pillows I made out of that too. And then these I got from Dollar Tree to hold up. That holds them up. So right now, like I said, so you can pick it up now and you can see. But eventually, of course, once I get everything all finished, it will get glued down as well. And that's gonna be the little office area. And I've started on the first bedroom. I guess I can go ahead and show y'all that. I started on the first bedroom too, which is gonna be on the same floor as this one. And then there's gonna be a second bedroom that's gonna be over top of it. And so I'll show you the pieces for that. So this is gonna be one of the bedrooms. So you see, I got some paint from my good friend Catherine. She had a bunch of paint left over, so I went on ahead and I decided to go with a more, like a little nice little tropical theme. So this is going to be the first. This is going to be the first bed. This is going to be the first bedroom. So, and then the second bedroom is just all, it's just in pieces. I just haven't, been able to. I'm not going to be able to do anything with this yet until I finish the first floor. But I think I told you guys that the second bedroom is going to have a patio on it. It's going to have a balcony off of it. So, as you can see, big, huge project. My goodness gracious. It's gonna be a huge project. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can because I do want to because Gina said I do want to get back to my writing and things like that. Not that I'm not doing it. I still keep all of my ideas and things like that. But obviously this is it's time consuming. I enjoy doing it, but but once again, it does take a lot of time, and I try not to just have my mind all jumbled up trying to do so much at once that I just forget. I have an ideas book. I just write everything down in there, but you get the idea. You get the point. So that's where we're at so far. I'll be finishing up some more of that. So hopefully by next week, I'll be able to, you'll see a whole lot more coming along. What was I going to say? Oh, so, normally I go live Wednesdays at 7:30. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. But after this, it's going to have to change up. So one week is going to be Wednesday night at 7:30. And then another week, like next week, is going to be another night at 7:30. I just don't know which one it'll be yet. But of course, I'll let you know, when it'll be. But I'm sorry it can't be consistent. But I have to work. Oh, Mary, I tell you, I told you, book 4 is already written. I just never released it or did anything with it. And book 5 is very, I guess, dear to my heart. I'm currently writing 5. Like I said, I'm writing 5, and I started 6. So, yeah, you're waiting on the book, and I can't wait to really be able to dive in there and really get into it too. Like I said, since the concussion, the ideas come, but of course I can't keep up with them the way that I used to be able to. So I just write down everything. And like I said, I can only, I'm just trying to focus on one project at a time because I can't, it's just overwhelming to do all of that and have all these ideas in my head. Or like my friend Lou said, she's just waiting for my brain to combust with all these thoughts that I have. I don't even know how the world I managed to keep them all in there, but I guess the Lord blessed me with it, and I'm letting it all out now. Because people don't believe that I was shy when I was younger. And for those of you, of course, that know, I grew up in a very small rural town, and, you didn't have anywhere to go. So I had to be creative. And I guess, honestly, what has happened is that creative side of me when I was younger, has manifested itself now, because now I'm not shy anymore. I'm not shy anymore. And like I said, so a lot of, besides the Dollhouses, I never thought about, never thought I would ever do. But as far as the books and me, designing gowns and all that stuff, those things were in my mind when I was, gosh, like 9, 10, 11, you know, early 20s, a lot of these things that already came into my mind. So it's just that now the stuff is actually being manifested now. But like I said, when I was younger, I was just, I was shy. I wouldn't be able to do all that stuff, or I wouldn't be able to stand a camera or having the attention on me and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't stand that when I was younger. But unless I knew you. Before anybody that comes on here that knows me says something like that, but y'all know that I was shy deep down inside. But now it's all starting to come out now. So now I'm letting it all out. Yep. So. But anyway, I was saying I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner yet. I usually have that all figured out. I've been in the basement. I've been down here working on the new project. I got off from work, took a nap, and then came downstairs and started on the new project, which, like I said, I'm trying to get. I mean, of course, I can't rush it, but I'm trying to get that done so that I can go and focus on other things. But it's still, like once something gets in your head, you just can't get it out of there. Like, I'm not going to be content until I finish this project. So that's why I'm doing as much as I can while I can, so that I can go on ahead and move on to the next idea. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm a night person, so I most likely will be up, up until late night, just working on this. It calms me, it relaxes me, and aside from the math, I love it. So, yep. Alrighty. Oh, Auntie, are you up there? Look like you up there advertising. Oh boy. Yeah, I would, but other than that, like I said, yeah, I'm just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these things. I'm buying some. Well, I wanted to buy. Well, I wanted to get something to cover up the stuff to keep the dust off of it. So I'm actually gonna buy a silk sheet, which was recommended to me by a friend, so that it can repel all of the dust and stuff. So I'm gonna go on ahead. I will, eventually go on ahead and get that. And of course, I'm still working on the closet for. Hi there, Duasia. Oh, I miss you too. Hope all is well. Of course, I'm doing a closet for the boys, for Donovan and Eric, and then I'm doing another closet for. I'm doing another closet for the gowns that Amy and Michelle have, because that's really what I love. I love gowns. I love gowns. That all manifested from Leisha and my sister. her doll she had, and of course from watching the pageants. I watched watching pageants. I've been watching pageants since I was, gosh, I think the earliest I can remember is probably, I was like 7 or 8, something like that. And the evening gown competition was always my favorite. And so I guess it's no wonder that I am actually designing gowns because they're fascinating to me. So I guess, anything that fascinates me, I'm going ahead and do it, right? So, but yeah, but I'll say this once again. So when so my younger sister, of course, she had Barbies, and it wasn't. No, it was. I wasn't attracted to the Barbies because I wanted to play with Barbies. I was what got me, which, like I said, at the time I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it, of course, until later on, growing up later on, that it was the fashion that I liked. Seeing Barbie and all these different gowns and all these different looks. It just fascinated me. So that's what got me into it. I was like, wait, hey, that's just amazing. So so take that and then add that to the fact that I was watching evening gown competitions, and there you go. It's no wonder why I love gowns. So I had, like I said, and there's, and the ones that I've gotten, they're so big, like this one right here, which was the one that Amy was in. She's the 2000. Amy is the 2025 holiday Barbie. So you see how big that is. So that's why I'm making a separate closet for all gowns, because it's not going to fit into the regular closet. I think I've shown you guys the regular closet that I have, that I made, but obviously the gowns are not gonna fit in there. The gowns will not fit in there, yeah. So I'm just, so I just put in the accessories and things like that in here. And of course, I think I told you guys the dolls can actually go in there. The dolls can go in here. So I'm doing the same exact thing for the boys. And then I'm doing the same concept, except it's gonna be for all gowns, so that they can fit, because I want them to be able to fit. So, all right. Yeah, and not only that, but I'll be glad when I finish so that I can get rid of some of this stuff and clear out this basement. I'm tired. I have all these things in here for crafting and stuff. Thankfully there's still room, to like lay down and that kind of thing. But for the most part, it looks like it's become my crafting. My basement has become my crafting everything, crafting room, crafting everything. It's just become like a crafter's paradise or something. So, but of course, that's not what I want my basement for. I don't want to be Godzilla every time I come in, walk into my basement. So, but for now, this is where all of those things will go. So, and like I said, I recycle stuff. Oh yes, you do need to warm up that Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm telling you. I don't know about you, but ever since then, I can't go back. It's just, melted Reese's peanut butter cups. It's just the way that I do. And don't forget to try it with some ice cream. Don't forget to try some ice cream on it. I just do vanilla, but you can do whatever kind you want, whatever your favorite is. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. All right, well, it is nearing 8:30 now. Gosh, an hour go by fast. Whoa. Anyway. But anyway, like I said, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, a great day. And like I said, next week, so every other week is going to be not a different day. I'm gonna set a day It's just not going to be every Wednesday that I'll be able to go live anymore. But like I said, so 1 week it'll be Wednesday, like this week is Wednesday. Next week, like I said, I'm thinking Tuesdays. Tuesdays, same time though, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm thinking the same time, but it's just going to be a different day. And like I said, I will, update you guys as far as that so that you know. So that you won't be expecting me next Wednesday or every single Wednesday, which of course is ideally how I would want it to be. But of course, life kicks in. You gotta live. So. All right, everyone. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It was nice seeing everybody. And thank you guys for listening to another story of mine from me and Crystal. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and continue having, and hopefully have a continued rest of your week well. And have a good night, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for all the support. I'll see y'all later. Love you all. Thank you.